This is Clix on the Barbie. Join us as we talk about Clix in Australia, current heroclix happenings, and a dash of meta. Welcome back to Clix on the Barbie. I'm Ben Jones, and with me tonight we have our usual gang of Raf Souza.
Hello.
How you going, Raf?
Good.
And Chris. Cool. And Chris Rizzi.
How's it going?
Cool. So tonight we're going to talk a bit about some gameplay that we've had going or about to get started with our season 6 of the Unmeta. We're going to have a discussion about Master Mold and will he make it to Australia, and also answer some questions from Malcolm Rush. So we're looking forward to this episode. Let's get the Barbie fired up and start talking some clicks. So first of all, let's talk about gameplay that we've had. We are about to start the season 6 of our Unmeta League across Australia while we can, and we're looking at using the Wonder Woman set for that, Wonder Woman 80. So, and with that we have some restrictions to the play, and that was we weren't going to use chasers. You can only pick one super rare to use, and there was no Zeus and no Superman.
That's
Raf,
true. Yep.
I know, Raf, you're in on this. So, what's your team? What are you looking at playing? And yeah, tell us about your team.
Okay. Well, it's not my favorite, style. So when I was building my team, basically I think you probably did the same. So we got to choose just one super rare, right? So maybe just build around that super rare. And I look at it. Then they look like fun to play at least. And then I just decided to go. My super rare is Felix Faust. And then I built around Felix Faust. So I did. I didn't play yet, but I did play test. I play test my team with Terry. Terry's not playing this season, I think. But we play test. So he used the same rules and he built a team, and we played against each other. So what I did was Felix Faust, the two Gigantas, but I'm playing Giganta, the Prime and the rare one. Is it rare? The other one is rare, right? One is Prime.
But they're both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the Prime and the other one at high points. So 75 in the 100. So Felix Faust at 60, Giganta 75, the other Giganta 100. And what I'm doing is like 2 star sapphires. The idea of the team is basically how I played against Terry was like I was just sidestepping the whole way with the star sapphires. They fly, so I can just sidestep, carry, sidestep, carry my whole team basically in barrier. So every turn I have 1 star sapphire doing barrier until I get close enough to go and punch. And with basically 2 outwits, one from Giganta, the other one from Felix Faust. So that's what I did, and I think the team that Terry built, he built 2 teams. I think one was basically almost the same as mine, so he decided to play another one. But 2 outwits was too much for him, so he couldn't do much on that stuff. So, but I didn't have the chance to actually play the official game. I'm gonna play on Saturday. And yeah, for this season, that's basically what I'm playing.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
The use of Felix Faust, it was a hard thing to choose which one you wanted.
Yeah,
that's what I found with deciding to, and but I think that just adds a bit of spice to it. So I know it's not your favorite type of tournament, but it just add a little bit of spice.
Yeah,
try to see how different things go.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, as we've talked about before, everything fight doesn't matter what you take out. everything, then everyone finds the next level of what's
Yeah.
the best things to play. So it's the way it goes.
Yep.
For myself, I'm going to go with a scientist theme team. So for
Yeah.
my
I
super rare,
like it.
for my super rare, I actually took the Flash, and just will play him on the his charge dial. That's pretty much it. But I'm taking Teen Lantern so she can carry everyone around. And yeah, definitely that's fine. I had both Gigantas in my team as well. The Prime at 75. Doctor Psycho was another one I just wanted to play. I just enjoyed the unique one from many years ago. So, and I like having that chance to mind control. So that's always great. Cheetah, just because she's a scientist to help fill things out, and also Doctor Poison because she's a scientist as well who's just filling out the team, gives me my leadership, creates some German soldiers, and I've enjoyed using that to effect with her giving psychics poison when needed. So,
And,
and
and
yeah,
how are you playing the Flash charge?
so
How
yeah, so
how do you like feel that charge? In the rules that people are playing now, do you agree with that or?
so that's the
Yeah, what I'm saying is that basically, like, he cannot free charge twice. The first one is like charge, normal charge, but after that there is a free charge that what most of judges are ruling that you cannot just charge again because you already charged it.
yeah, because you've already done the same
Yeah, so
action.
you have to
Well, I
do like
guess
a charge object attack or something like this. You agree
yeah.
with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like you can make it work. So it's still you can't do. I can TK up and then I can charge, and then I could have an object and then charge on for an object attack. That's correct.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I look. It adds a bit more difficulty to just making sure you get everything, but
Or maybe a
it's not.
charge flurry you can also do because it's different. I think if you
Yeah.
can charge flurry, for example, if you have, let's say, the octopus arms, that's gonna
Yeah.
rotate out, but you can charge and then charge a flurry. So
So I don't think there's it. Look, I'm not in it um, to smash things out with the Flash. He's just there for a bit of okay. He's certainly someone you need to take care of. But it's not. Yeah,
yeah,
the whole team is just about having a bit of fun. But yeah, that one will certainly be an interesting one going forward. How that continues to get
yeah,
ruled.
true. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just looking to have a good fun team with the scientists. Hopefully win map. And pick something that's
Yeah.
I like Dr. Psycho. He's got mind control through elevated and hindering and characters, so he's can provide that extra option. And I
Yep.
thought, well, if I can mind control and get them to get my position to hit each other, that's always good fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So my game is tomorrow night against Wesson, and so yeah, I look forward
Nice.
to
Yeah.
seeing
Let me
what
know the
he's.
result. Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what he has planned for me. So it should be interesting.
Yep.
And the other thing I was going to say is, so after our Metal League, I've had a chance to have played the Avengers versus Masters of Evil Battleground this weekend because it was sitting on the shelf and I actually hadn't played it yet. I said, so let's give it a go. And I found that really fun, just the opportunity to play. They were pretty simple dials and pretty simple scenarios, and it made for a really good night. We actually played through 4 scenarios that night, and it was
Wow.
seemed pretty quick, and it was quick and easy, and yeah, it was enjoyable.
Does that like have that heroclix feeling, or looks like more like a board game? How does that feel?
It still has those heroclix feelings like I already rolled a 6 and didn't roll a 7, so I still had all those frustrating feelings with the game.
Can you probe?
Yeah, there was
Okay.
characters. So I had a Nick. I played the good guys. I guess the good guys, if you want to call them. But I had Nick Fury, and he was on 2 of my teams, I believe, overnight. And he's a pog with prob. You can't go wrong. And yeah, it was certainly playing the first one. So in the first scenario, Red Skull's got to escape from the heli character, and my friend, he just destroyed the thing. Red Skull took off. I based Red Skull, and then he just broke away from my character and ran into the thing and won the game. So it was over really quickly. And I was going, okay, I know what. I said, right, if we're going to play it again, I know what I'm doing next time. I'm just going to, yeah. So, and so it certainly learned. I certainly learned from that. And I had done that, yeah. So it was good fun. And for a different type of gameplay for a night, it was really good fun. So
cool.
I would, yeah, if you haven't had a go or haven't had a chance to play it, maybe Raph, it might not be your cup of tea, but
no, but it might be interesting for like introducing the game to new people and this kind of thing. Yeah.
It certainly can. Yeah, you certainly build up to playing. Like, so the first game's pretty. There's only a couple characters, and then you gradually build up from there with characters. So yeah, I'm still not sure if it's the. It doesn't. Yeah, hopefully if you play it and you go, oh, that was really enjoyable, then you get a taste for maybe what the bigger games like, because it has some heroclix feel to it, but with the scenarios, which I really enjoy the scenario thing because it gives you a different type of win condition. But basically, each game was like, you can either killing, either KOing the opposition, or you had some sort of little tricky thing that you could try to win the game. So,
nice. Yep, I'm gonna give that a go.
Yeah, so if you get a chance, give it a go.
Yep.
I would say that. Cool. And finally, on gameplay, I know Sydney at Galaxy has been postponed for a couple of weeks as they deal with a lockdown. Myself here in South Australia at Tabletop Warfare, we're looking to finally get our Wonder Woman sealed in this weekend. So I'll try to give a bit of a report on that next week.
Oh, did you get more stuff over there?
My guys always seem to have stuff, which is really cool.
Chris, did you get something? Nothing.
No, we still haven't seen any Wonder Woman here in the city yet.
Okay. I think Daniel could was able to buy with some like great price from Oz Collectibles. I think something like this. If you want some stuff, I think they still have in stock.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
Cool.
Because I know that we'd like to get this one down, because when I go to it says that Rise and Fall is due very soon. It says the 30th June, but I don't see that happening. It just feels too close.
I mean, we want to support our stores, but if the stores don't get it, we have to find out other ways to kind of like
that's right.
Stuff, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. You've got to. Yeah, I want to support my store as much as I can, and they've been really good because they just get the stuff in. So I know that Rise and Fall, when it comes here, they will get it in as soon as they possibly can. So
and this is something that I was discussing, not to make this very long conversation, but I was talking today with Terry about the decisions on when to buy full set, when to buy cases and bricks and singles. So this is something we can one day discuss. But he was like, okay, if I get like four bricks, the amount will be like half the price of like a full set for 4 bricks, right? So what do I do? Or do I just go singles? Like, yeah, so it's something that we can like put to discuss one day. Because
do you nitpick and just pick out the pieces you're looking for? Are you looking for a full set? Are you looking to, like, Wonder Woman wasn't sorry, I'm going to keep going for a little bit. Wonder Woman wasn't a set I was super excited about, but I did like the fact that they've got all those generics, and because I like building a good generic army, and I played that the other day where I just played all of the captains that when you roll a dice they get to come out, and it was just great fun because they just kept coming out, more Minotaurs coming out, more German soldiers coming out, more Allied soldiers coming out, so that was really good fun. It'd be interesting that's an interesting discussion, so one we can certainly come back to another time.
Yep.
Cool. And so I guess on the topic of shops and getting heroclix in, that master mold was dropped. WizKids dropped that master mold was available for shops, one per shop. I have that. No, I can't find it now. But, and so,
Yeah, I think it is going to be a wanted piece. I think.
yeah, and yes, well, looking at the dial with it's got creating with the Sentinel creation power, that was just excellent. So with it being in Australia, do you guys think you'll see it at shops in Australia? Do you think your shop would be looking to get it in if possible?
I hope so.
And
so,
how are we supposed to request? Do you have any clues, Ben? How stores will be? So they're going to approach who, because like recently we have like history of not even getting stuff. Like depends on where your store buy from. We don't even get the sets. So do you have any clues on how the stores needs to approach and who they have to approach to probably try to get one?
that's
Well, if you look in
question.
the ad, there's a SKU that they use that they can run through the Icon Collectibles or whichever other place it is, and then they can order it, but it's only going to be one figure per store.
So where did you
brick and
find
mortar
this,
store.
Chris? Sorry.
If you look on the Master Mold Awakens, where it says is available in a limited quantity as an organized play prize, limit one per store. So they're going to have to put the SKU in, and they're only going to be able to order the one when they do it.
Yeah, so it's going to have to be get the store to get in making sure they get in contact with the wholesaler so they can get that in for us. I'm really hoping we can get them here and get them here relatively easily. I sometimes feel that we may. Oh yeah, there's a little feeling that goes. They may not make it here unless we sort of buy from overseas.
Yeah.
But I really hope that
Yeah.
And it's only going to be one per store anyway. So like I know that if it comes to our store, that'd be really hard, or not hard. But I guess you just got to play for it. It says there's an organized play prize. So getting back into some organized play could be interesting too.
Yeah, if they do it, they will have to. They can expect me to bring my big guns.
Well, and
Yeah.
and if it's organized play, it's gonna it's it's for a worthy prize. So you bring worthy teams to play. So
Yep.
it makes total sense to me. But so I'd be nice to get that here in Australia, and I guess as we move forward, we just wait and see if that occurs.
Yep, hopefully.
Okay, so because his looks excellent. It just looks a great one for robot teams. The Sentinels being the things that you can start to create is going to be excellent once you get that factory dial going. So it should be I certainly would like to get my hands on one if I can.
Yep.
Nice. Right. So we've had questions given to us by Malcolm Rush to answer. So Malcolm, thanks for the questions and thanks for listening. And let's start to get into some of Malcolm Rush's questions if you're happy, boys.
Yep, I'm good for it.
Right. So let's start off. Chris, do you want to start us off? We got how many heroclix do you now have in your collection?
Oh, I got sets going all the way back to Incredible Hulk and Superman. Yeah, so you're looking at roughly 70 pieces per set, roughly.
Yep.
And there's got to be, what, 60 sets out by now from then? So,
Yeah. So a ton of heroclix.
yeah,
So what's
a
that?
ton, a metric ton. Yeah, and half my collection is back home, and then my other half is here with me. So, yeah, it's a lot of plastic, that's for sure.
So
I'd
going
say,
back.
so probably I would say around 5,000 pieces I
Ooh.
would say.
That would make sense.
Yep.
If you had that's been collecting for a long time. If you've been going, was Incredible Hulk when you started around that mark?
Yeah, right around that mark. That Superman, uh, Captain America set somewhere right in there. So
States
yeah,
2011. Okay, cool. So okay, 5,000 as a rough estimate. That's
yeah, I would
pretty.
say with all the doubles and other crap that I've gotten over the years. Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Raf? What's your
Yeah,
collection look like?
I don't play, for that long. I started, let's say it was back on Earth X. But I bought some stuff that was legal by that time, so modern legal. So things that I bought, I started buying like Batman animated. I bought some cases and stuff from that one. So in singles from other stuff in the past, but I would say like from Batman animated, that was the one that I bought like a lot. And then after that, I always buy like, let's say, a case or more. I can calculate something around like 1,000, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a reasonable collection from only joining the community a short time ago. So
Yeah.
that's good. They certainly pump out. Well, I was going to say they pump out the sets, so it's not like there's a lack of new heroclix to get. That's what I find. I always find I'm not. I don't know if I'm ready for a new heroclix set. I haven't played much of the Wonder Woman, but it's coming out soon, so I look forward to it. So about 1,000. Okay. For myself, I'm a bit of a hoarder for heroclix, so that's always been my difficulty. That I just can't get rid of heroclix. I just have to hold on to them just in case I need to use them. And
And
I
now with the legacy cards, right? Let's say
yeah, so
it's even harder. They made it even harder for you.
now you got to hedge your bets whether you want to keep something or not. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've got to go trolling through for one of those destinies of. I'm pretty sure I've got one in my collection somewhere that's coming out with one of those legacy cards. So I was started around Armor Wars before the carded stuff happened on. So just don't know. So Chris is at 5,000. I'm thinking I'm probably going to add another 1,500 on top of that because when I started, then I started just buying lots off of eBay because I didn't know much about heroclix, but I just wanted lots of them. So I just started buying lots off of eBay that were just random pieces from a whole lots of different sets, the earlier sets. And
Did you do it when you begin playing the game? Because I did the same. Like when I started the game, I found I was so fascinated with the game that I just started buying random stuff. I didn't even know what to do with that. So I bought like a lot of Lord of the Rings and this kind of thing.
yeah, I think when I first started there, it was just pretty much Marvel DC, and so people would have HeroClix lot 75 HeroClix for I don't know whatever it was, $20 or something like that. So cool, I'll take all those, and it was just that boost my collection because I just wanted more characters to play with rather than just the original 6 I had. Boosters I started. That's when the indie set was around. Well, it must have been around a bit earlier, but there was lots of it was online for cheap, so I'd just buy like a case of indie HeroClix, and so then I had lots of those indie HeroClix in those past times. So much so, I think one New Year's I sat around with my sister. We opened a case of them. We just played all night through to the morning, just playing. Cool. I'm going to open 2 boosters. Cool. Let's play these against each other. Just because I actually really enjoyed playing them. They were pretty balanced in set. So I'm going to go 6,500. I reckon. If that feels like it's way too many, but
Yeah, so I just did a count of full sets. You're going 52 full sets roughly back to Incredible Hulk and Superman and Captain America. So if you go 60 per set, you're looking at around 3,000.
Yep,
So
that sounds
then
right.
put in all your doubles and everything. It's probably 4,000-5,000 for me, and then however much you got,
Yeah, then
add a little bit
yeah,
more. So
yeah, I'll probably I'll add on add another. So I reckon 6,500 is probably about right. It feels like a lot more
So,
than I have, but I do have heroclix squirreled away everywhere, and boxes and just boxes of heroclix. So it does make sense.
when did you start playing, Ben? Do you remember
So
the year?
I so uh, yes, I do because my son turned 1. That was when I first started playing, and so I better remember it was 2006 I started.
So
So
so you by that time, so now, for example, I'm just asking because like from the moment I started playing, it was always Marvel and DC, right? Never had something different. But I can see from the past there was those like horror clicks like Lord of the Rings, Yu-Gi-Oh, and like a bunch of like different stuff, right? How did you handle that stuff? Like, did you buy it or?
so yeah, no. My sister brought. When I first started playing, um, I was in the country. There was no one else around to play with.
Okay.
And so, but I just started to buy HeroClix because I just liked them, and then I'd be that whole thing of just play against myself and my sister, and I got my sister into playing, and she got one of her friends into playing, and so then we'd catch up every couple of weeks to have some games and learn how to play because I I remember the time I worked out how to use Outwit and came down and said, "Cool, I'm going to use this power Outwit and take away." And they're like, "What? You can do that?" I said, "Yep, it says here in the instructions." So that was we had and so that was probably about a year of doing that, sort of just playing around, learning to play. Like I remember we used range combat expert. I love that Hawkeye from the Ultimates. He had range combat expert, so he was doing like 5 damage, and we'd just do 5 damage to the 3 characters that we hit. So everyone would take 5 until we worked out you had to split the damage. And so that was all that learning that we did. And then then I found a group in Adelaide that was playing. So I thought
Okay.
and I started when they did the Avengers Coming of Galactus event, which was when they first dropped the sort of the carded Avengers set. And so that's when I first started playing with other people other than family, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, everything else was just So I didn't really. The Lord of the Rings stuff came out a bit later on. The heroclix, my sister, I remember she got some heroclix, and we tried them out and thought, no, let's stick to our superheroes. And I guess the indie ones were a little bit different. They sort of a superhero-y. I think it was mostly just wanted to get Hellboy out of those sets, and all the other figures started coming really handy. I always remember Abby Chase; she was always great to play, and so yeah, that's how that sort of happened.
Okay.
And so that's why I just started buying lots of HeroClix, whatever I could find. And if I was on eBay and said, "Oh, there's a lot. They're selling like 100. Cool, I'll grab that." And
But it was more like Marvel, DC, and superhero stuff, not much into like those other variants of
no,
clicks.
I've sort of left those.
Yeah.
I've got Watchmen because it's Watchmen, I guess. But yeah, I didn't get into the Yu-Gi-Oh. I actually didn't get into Yu-Gi-Oh either. Though it sounds really cool, but I just wasn't for me.
Were they like? Have you ever seen anyone playing competitive like with like Lord of the Rings? Oh yeah, I have
No,
this Saruman here.
no, I don't think they were ever. Don't think they were ever like for gameplay, like legal
Oh, they
for
were not
modern.
legal. Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so. I think they're like a side thing.
Oh, okay.
Um I've played against people who've played things from those other sets
Mm.
like
Oh, there is one. Is you even have like spaceships, right? I think it went Star Trek stuff. That's not.
Yeah, yeah. I've never played. I've got a few of them, but I've never played any of
Okay.
them.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
For me, it's always been about the superheroes as
Yep.
much as possible.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so that was a long-winded one,
Yep.
long-winded question to answer. So yeah, so 1,000 for you, Raf. Probably about what 4.5, 5,000 for you, Chris, and about 6,500 for me. We're thinking.
Yeah.
I might have to go. I might have to go count them. Okay, so next question we'll tackle is which heroclix in your collection is your prize, and why is that heroclix so important to you? Why don't you take us away, Raf?
Had to think. You can start, or even Chris. Let me think about this.
Okay. Have you got one, Chris? That's your prize.
You know what? I gotta say the ultimate Chase Thanos,
Nice. Is that
and
You
I'd say that's the big one right now. I just love looking at him and seeing him.
and did
So,
you pull him?
I bought one and then I was able to pull one.
Oh,
So I was
nice.
lucky that way. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And does he have like a pride of place in your collection? Like, does he stand out from everyone else?
No, he's in a box since I'm taking all my heroclix out to the shed. So.
That's
Yeah, I there's also the zombie team bases. I got 2 team bases with all. How many characters is that? That's 6,
10.
12 characters. Oh,
So you got 2 zombies, and have you got all the zombies?
yes, I got all the zombies.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Well, all the ones from Deadpool and Galactic Guardians. Yeah.
Nice. That's one I've always coveted to get, but never sort of rush. Yeah, I'm not rushing out to get them, but it was always something that if it fell into my lap, it'd be awesome.
I remember. I just remembered my piece now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
go, Raf.
Mine is Mangog, definitely.
Mangog?
Mangog is the one that I really like. As Chris said, like when I look at that piece, I said, "Oh my god, that guy was so good." You know, like I really want him to go back and have a legacy card or something for Mangog, because that retaliation was really really cool. Like being able to do, I think it was like 4 damage and then 3 damage after that, well, like for a total of 7 damage. So everyone was basically like scared of Mangog. Remember when we played Nets, and like Terry was just like kind of like terrified about like Mangog. He had to find a way to kill Mangog on turn 1. Otherwise, he said, "I'm gonna lose. If I don't kill him on turn 1, I'm gonna lose." Because he was able to wipe out like the entire team that was close to each other. And then I used him a lot in Nets. So yeah, I think my piece is like definitely Mangog.
Nice. That's a fairly good piece to have.
Yours, Bing?
Yeah. Okay. So for myself, Wolverine's sort of been my character I've liked to collect, and so I was certainly I think of Wolverine pieces, but I still think the prize of my collection is the GSX Magneto, because it was a piece that I was searching for, and when I was teaching kids how to play heroclix, and we were playing heroclix regularly, and then I was going to move schools, and I didn't have that piece, and before I left, they got that piece as a present from me and gave it to me and said, "Here, thanks for teaching us how to play heroclix. Here's a piece that you haven't got," and it was that GSX Magneto, and it's the one that's standing there. I think it's GSX here, and so that one sort of has a a special place in my heart because it was given to me as a thank you for teaching us how to play heroclix. And yeah, and I just like that one where he's in the pink and he's got everything around him. It's a really cool looking piece. So there's a part of me that really doesn't want to say Magneto because I'm not a super Magneto fan, but it's certainly a prize in my collection because it was something that was given to me because I don't know, it was just given to me, so that was really cool. So sorry, let's add a little story with it as well. So yeah, that's
nice.
Nice.
It's sentimental.
That's good.
Cool. So this comes the next one. So which heroclix piece have you paid the most for when you got it, and was the price worth it now? So when you look back and you go, was that price worth paying for it? Who wants to go?
Yeah, I can go. I think because I think
go,
I
Raph.
kind of like know which one was mine. It was definitely Q. I paid 250, I think, US dollars.
Yeah. Wow.
For that piece, and definitely the most expensive I paid so far. And I mean, it was just a bit of stupid, but because I never had the chance to play competitive like using Q, I think, because like during nets I couldn't get Q on time, so I had to use another Q. So you know the other Q, I think
You
it's
use the salt,
super
general
rare.
one.
Yeah, the general one. Yeah, so I had to use that one that was like 50 points. It was too expensive, actually. I mean, in terms of points for the moment, I should have used it like the other Q that was like 30 points. Still have points left to put something else like drop a Flora in the edge like a Dark Phoenix that just released it on that nets. My team would be way better than it was. But I don't know. Like after nets, I ended up like receiving Q in the mail. I said, "Oh, okay, too late now." So I never had the chance to actually put him to play and win something that is important. So I bought him for nets, didn't get in time because I think like throwing toad. I think I bought. Oh, it was like definitely from the US, right? And then it takes like a month to arrive here. And then I didn't plan really well and didn't get it on time. So anyway, my piece is Q.
Cool.
Okay.
But it's
So,
still
yeah.
it's still expensive, I think. Like so, it's still. Is it what
Tell its
what is the
value.
price worth now? I think it's still I can still recover like most of the money, like still like $200 or something. So
Yeah, people still probably willing to pay. I guess we don't know what the impact of a Silver Age will have. So
yeah,
Silver Age sort of kicks into gear.
yeah,
Some pieces start to become eternally powerful, I guess.
yeah. It's not even in stock at Throwing Toad. At 170 US. So yeah.
Buy.
Sell back or buy?
Was that the sell back or buy, Raf?
Sorry.
Was that the sell back or was that to buy?
To buy 170
Buy, okay.
US.
Yeah.
But you know when they do not have in stock, sometimes the price is not even correct, right?
Yeah, they don't update it.
Yeah, they don't update it. So when they receive, sometimes the price goes up. So yeah.
Chris, have you worked out what one yours is? You have one.
Yeah, I don't really. Starro was my white whale. I was able to finally grab one. Yeah, the ones I'm going after now are Scarab and Sky Tyrant. Or those are the two that I want.
So
But
they're the
most.
two things you're looking for. What's the
we,
one you paid?
yeah,
What's the heroclix you paid most for?
Oh, paid. Sorry, I skipped
Yeah,
a
right.
question
That's
here.
fine. That's okay. All
My
good.
bad. Well, I had a guy in my hometown. He had a friend that used to work all the conventions for HeroClix, so he'd always get the con exclusives like the Apocalypse, Death Mask, just a couple others. But I remember paying $100 for the Apocalypse. Uh, it was mostly $100 for each one back then. Um, uh,
but you paid like a lot for Thanos if you bought it, right? So
yeah,
Thanos
I
is like
did.
200 US or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did pay quite a bit for it, and then but I got my money back because I got that second one.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, true.
yeah, I'd say Galactus is I think the most pricey one that I've paid for, other than Thanos. But um, yeah, that's I try not to spend too much money.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I certainly find it hard to pay a lot of money for a single piece. Going, I could still buy a whole brick for that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so
so
yeah, I bought that Galactus because I can also put it on display. So I think that's pretty good.
yeah, that's now you bring that up, that would probably be the Heroclix piece I've paid the most for is Galactus because it was costly here in Australia to get it. I know it was like hundred
Yes, it
bucks US,
was.
but it makes it like I can't remember what I paid. Too much, I think. And it's for a piece that I actually haven't taken out the box yet because I'm going. Well, I don't actually need to pull it out to play it yet. So it's just sitting there. I'm going. It's a nice display piece, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's so yeah. I was the other thing I remember paying, and in the past was paying a lot for myself was uh, the black and white batteries from the War of Light set. I think they could only get at conventions, and we managed to get our hands, or managed to find a trade for, or managed to find a place that was selling them. So I think that was about $100 I paid for those, and they certainly haven't kept that price as much.
No.
But it's still good. It still felt good to have them, and I
Yeah, they
don't
are
know.
really nice. They are really
Yeah,
cool. And
and
they still see play, I think, on Golden Age or something like this, right?
yeah, batteries is they're still pretty cool fun to play. I'm trying to think. I may have played the black battery once. I can't think of if I've played the white one. But yeah, didn't get as much play as I would have hoped to get out of them. But it still was really nice to have them. Again, that's that hoarder in me that needs to have heroclix as much as I can. Right, so let's go back, Chris. Let's go. So, what was your white whale in the collection that you own? So, what was one thing that you were looking for, and then you managed to finally track it down? And what are your new ones now? So,
Yeah, you know what? It would be the zombie venom. I was never able to find that one. Uh, and then I had a friend finally selling one for $70, I think it was. So that finished off my zombies. But what is a big one that I've gone after? It'd probably be the Ultra Chase Thanos. Yeah. And now, as I said before, the ones I'm going for now are Sky Tyrant and Scarab. So
yeah, and they'll
yeah,
they'll they'll come along. I'm sure that those ones will come along soon. It just depends on how much you're willing to pay for them, and it depends on when you want to use them. So, yeah, if you
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
true.
if you wait,
exactly. And yeah, yeah, that's about it.
oh man, when I think of this question, what's my white whale in my collection? I'm trying. There's so many things. I guess I think about. I think I'm going to go. Sorry, Raf. My white whale for a long time was the Weapon X from the Captain America set. The one in the his tube where you can break out of it. I managed to get the Captain America in ice, and that's as my chase. And so for a long time, I looked and just kept looking for that. And I think in the end, Alan actually managed to find one for me, which was really cool. So I've managed to get that. So that's the one I've managed to get into my collection that I was looking for a really long time.
Nice.
And I was just thinking through what's your new white whale. I think my new one is I want to get my hands on an Old Man Phoenix, being a Wolverine fan. But there's still one piece that, and there's sometimes just a piece in set I just haven't been able to get my hands on, and it's actually the Jubilee from Wolverine and the X. No, which one had a team bases? I think that was it. Wolverine and X Men
Yeah,
had team
Wolverine and
bases.
X-Men.
Yeah, is the normal Jubilee from that set? I think it was a super rare, and it goes on a team base. I managed to get the vampire one, the Prime one, but have just had difficulty getting the, and probably haven't been willing to pay for it because I'm going, well, in the end, it doesn't really matter too much, but it's still one that sits on top of my head going, you know, you haven't got it, you know, you haven't got it, and you haven't finished that team base yet. So, but it'll, yeah, that's one I was just thinking of going, yep, that's one will continue to search for until I find it at a reasonable price. What about you, Raf? Have you got something you're looking for? Your white whale? God no. Nice.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Good.
And I made a super rare where you need, not need, but it's really good to have two, maybe even three of them. So it makes it everyone's holding on to them. I know I haven't. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yes. So, which set do you have that is complete or almost completed, and the one that's almost completed, which heroclix pieces are you missing? So, what sets have you completed, and which ones are you? Is there a set you're almost completed, and then what pieces are you looking for? No, sorry, Chris. What have you got? Have you got what sets? Are you a completist of sets?
I used to be. Um, right now, I think I'm missing one from Black Panther, and that's the Star brand.
Wow.
Going back farther, uh, the Uncanny X-Men, I believe I got everything. The World's Finest, I know I got everything. And yeah, there's a couple other sets. There's just too many out there right now. Um,
Yeah. But so you've
Chaos
completed.
War. Chaos War. I have everything, and same with Incredible Hulk and Galactic Guardians. Got all of them.
That's wow,
So
cool.
yeah,
Cool. So managing to complete a few sets over your time of collecting.
yeah.
It's cool.
Back when
Incredible
I
Hulk.
would just throw money at a problem for
Yeah.
collecting.
Yes. I remember doing that too.
Yep.
Um, and okay, yeah. So sorry, I was just looking at that. I'm just trying to remember back to that Hulk. So all those Hulk chases on the green dials. That was really cool. Those Hulk chases in
Yeah,
that set.
and you want to know the truth? I've never played any of those Hulks, so it was kind of a shitty set when I started out.
It, yeah, I do remember it. It was an interesting set. I think I won't go into what the best pieces were, but yeah, I did like the look of those. I like I think I got the Cyclops and the Wolverine Hulk chases. What is it, Wolverage and Hulklops, and I thought they looked really cool, but I don't think I've played them either. Maybe once, maybe.
Yeah.
What so you nearly completed. So I'd say you need Star Brand or
Starbrand from for the Black Panther set. Yeah.
and these newer sets. There's just too many of them coming out, so it's hard to complete. What about you, Raf? Have you completed any sets? And so just getting the pieces that you need rather than getting sets to sets. Oh, that's very quiet. Okay, yeah. For myself, while I hoard heroclix like Smorg, I don't know if I've actually ever completed a set fully. I've been close. It's just always been getting chasers or an LE figure that I've sort of miss out on. Generally, at the moment I've just been getting a case, and then whatever I get out of the case, I live with. But for some reason, I have got really close to finish the Captain America and the Avengers set, and I think back, I got really close to finishing the other Captain America set, so it might be a Captain America thing. But I only need two pieces out of the Captain America and the Avengers set, and that's Peg, Peggy, Peggy Carter. No, is it Sharon?
Okay.
No. Yep, there's Ultra Chase and Punisher War Machine. They're the two pieces I need to actually finish that whole set. I think I was fortunate. I grabbed a couple packs off the shelf and pulled Chasers, and I was like, "Oh, this is getting really close." So they're just the two pieces I need to finish that set.
Cool.
And probably about as much as everything else in that set. So that's the hard thing. But again, just what I'm in no rush, and again, if I don't get them, I don't get them. But it'd certainly be one. I'll continue to keep an eye out as well to finish off that set. I always felt like I was so close on many sets to finishing, but it would be a super rare hit I just missed out on, and with the trading in Australia being difficult, it's sometimes harder to finish them off here. Because I look at that Uncanny X-Men and think, yeah, no, I didn't do as well as I thought. I got lots in that one. think I'm still missing Sunfire. Okay. So I have never. Oh yeah, I think I can confidently say I've never finished the set, but I'm really close to finishing the Captain America and the Avengers. But two pretty high price pieces to do. Cool. Let's move on to the next question. What was your strangest, weirdest, or best trade you've ever made for a heroclix piece, and was it worth it? That is an interesting question. Chris, do you have a strangest, weirdest, or best trade that you have ever made for a
Well, I
heroclix
got
piece?
I got to go with best. Back when Mighty Thor came out, I bought, I believe it was 3 cases, and I pulled a couple chases, and I pulled a Beta Ray bill. We had a sealed that night, so playing the sealed, I pull another Beta Ray bill, and as soon as I get it, I throw it up onto the international exchange. Was able to trade for a Thor with the hammer, and just traded him straight across. It was the best deal I've ever done. I would say,
Wow,
yeah,
that
it
is
was
a
great.
pretty good deal.
Yeah, so Beta Ray bill and Thor with Mjolnir.
Yep,
So it was pretty good. Yep, that's my best
that
trade.
that is a really good trade. Raf, have you done much trading? Or it's not the easiest thing to do.
Nice.
All right. All right, that was Star Brand for Batman God of Knowledge.
Yeah, that's you're talking the big guy, the berserker kind of looking guy. Devastator.
Okay, that sounds better. So after time's passed, it's become a more weighted deal in your favor. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It's a pretty good trade. It's yeah, Batman God Knowledge is a great piece. Uh, I don't know. For myself, I get some of my strangest trades are with kids at school who want to trade things. And and then it's always it becomes really hard because they go, oh, can I get this? And I don't do it very often with the kids at school. Only if I ever see a piece that I go, oh, that one, yeah, I'd love to add that one to my collection. And even then, I go, well, you've actually. So I had a kid that got Doctor Strange, the chase Doctor Strange. I go, oh man, I didn't have it at that stage. And I was like, oh, I'd really like to trade for it, but I was like, go, no, he's pulled a chase. Let him have his chase. Don't trade. He's got a chase. Let him be awesome with his chase. Because I know there's like a Susan on Doom out there somewhere. One of the kids has is like, oh, I'd love to have that one in my collection. But yeah, strangest ones become those ones with the kids because I'm trying to balance rarity and help them to understand trading is always is difficult with kids because it comes down to what they like more so than price, and so I try to balance it out with them. So I've I've leaned to the side of I'm trying to think of what some of them were like. Some of them pulled some ridiculous pieces, and I'm like, "That's a chase figure," and they'll go, "Do you want it? We can trade for it." And I'd try to give them like some really good super rares that I had because I don't generally have too many chases for trade. So and I'm just trying to think. I have to sometimes stop them and go, just enjoy the pieces that you've got. So, like, I just think that's always one of those things. I find it hard to trade off a piece in my collection that I haven't got. Yeah. So they have some understanding. So we talk about rarity levels and chases and super rares, and they come and ask me, Mister, this one here, this one's got look, what's this one? I go, well, I think that one's a chase because it's. I say, well, that's a chase figure because it's a bronzy color, and that one's a gold. So that's a. So we certainly, and I sort of talked to him about. So watching them trade is always interesting because they're not trading on rarity, they generally trade on length of dial. So okay, so that's how, and it's a really interesting thing. They trade on length of dial. This one's got a really long dial and is really powerful, so I'm going to trade that one for your piece, which is your dial is a little bit shorter, and then they try to work it out. And so that was been a really interesting concept. The kids don't hold that much value with the monetary cost, but mums and dads understand that, so it's trying to balance that as well. When it comes back, my child, they had this figure and now they haven't. And more so, I talked to them about trader's regret. And so if you trade a piece away, then sometimes you regret it later on because you go, no, I still wish I had that. Was
Yeah,
I think we've all had traders regret at some stage. So I say,
yeah,
just have a think before you trade. Think what it would be like in a week's time if you didn't have that figure, and they do have that figure. And sometimes they just trade the figure and not the cards, and it's frustrating sometimes. But it's yeah. I talked to them about traders regret. I think it's a real thing for them, and I think it's a real thing for us all. So, so that was probably my weirdest trades and strangest trades are with my kids at school. So let's move on. So next question we have from Malcolm is the best, worst, and favorite ways you ever store your heroclix over the years. So how you store your heroclix by standards object tokens? Do you store them together? What do you find is the best way? What's the worst way? What's your favorite way? Chris, you've got a reasonable collection. How do you store yours?
you know what? Back in Canada, it was always in Plano boxes, which are like the boxes you have little places, little cubes, and it's like for fishing and stuff. So I have probably a good 40 of them at home. But over here, I've just found that it's a lot easier to use 800 count card boxes, and I'll have all the commons, uncommons, and rares in one box. I'll have super rares and chases in another with all the cards, and all the if there's any items or anything that comes with them. That's usually how I store it. So just 800 or 900 count card boxes, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like
It's a
that.
lot quicker to sort everything out that way.
I actually think I like that. Just be nice to pull out the box and just open up, and they're all there. I like it. That's good. And
Yep.
and you so you keep the cards in there with them as well. So
Yeah.
you don't put them in the card sleeves. I know some people put them in the card sleeves and things like that.
I used to, but it would take too long to go through. You'd have 8 sets in a binder, and then trying to get through it all. I think it'd be a little expensive going that way nowadays.
Yeah, I went to the card boxes for my cards. Yeah, a few years ago because card sleeves it was just getting too much, and I'd find I just wasn't putting them back in. So yeah, cool. So the big card boxes here, but at home you've got them in those Plano boxes back in Canada.
Yeah.
What about you, Raph? How do you store your heroclix? Hang on, sorry, Raph. I'm going to go back. Chris, do you?
Yep.
Oh, so you keep them in sets, correct? That's how you keep it in a set. So
That's how I keep my stuff. I got a bookcase that I have all my sets in, so I usually start off with the newest, and then top shelf goes to however much I can hold, and go down, and then it's always in order as sets come in and out. So
sounds good.
that's the way I do it. Yep.
Okay, Raph. Sorry. Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Nice. So, yeah, and that's obviously that I haven't got. I stopped naming mine for some reason because I think I started changing boxes, so I've got to get back into naming them. For myself, I guess over the years I've done the Plano boxes as well, having a little special space for all my HeroClix to live in. Moved to having a larger box where I could just sort of put the whole set in. So I used to, when I first started, because I didn't have that many, I used to actually order my HeroClix by number. So I had like all the ones that were like under 10 points and then a 20 to 30 box or whatever it was. And so I just used to have them all by number. And I still have some of those left in boxes because they're all old HeroClix now. But now I've gone to that. This is the set, and I just think it makes it easier for myself. I can just go pull the set out and pick out the pieces I need. And I usually do that I just go to like a cheapest chips or a reject shop and just get a box which has those dividers in it. And I've got, like, I don't know how big they are, but they're just enough I can put 2 sets in one box with a divider in the middle, and that just keeps it easier. It's easier for me to store and then get to them. And all I've now got to do is just put the names on them, so it's easier for me to find rather than each time having to pull each box out and go, oh, no, that's not Spider-Man, that's not Spider-Man, which tends to happen a bit. And I keep my equipment in another box just all together. I have a box for bystanders. And for my cards, I have a Marvel. So I have Silver Age card box, I guess. Everything that's not in modern goes into an older, larger card box. Then I have two smaller card boxes where I can just keep Marvel and DC sets. So as I need to access them, 'cause I'm usually playing modern pieces more often, I can access them easier and just have them out and play with the cards and reorganize and resort teams as I need to.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate to have a good sized shed where I can have things. So I can have like, I've got teams laid out in my shed, so I can just use the cards, and then when I need to, I can go get the pieces out rather than just have them all out. And I just find I use the modern ones more. So if I'm going, I need to get a piece from this one and a card from this set and a card from that set, and they're all together, which makes it a lot easier for myself. Uh, Next question. So we've got a few more left to go. How do you like to organize your collection? I think we mostly answered that, but like to organize collections.
Yeah.
It sounds like we put them all together in their sets. What they come
Yeah,
from.
I keep them in sets. I keep all con exclusives in their own box. So all Marvel and all DC in separate boxes. That's usually how I do it. Yep.
So it's by sets and con exclusives. I I mostly do that. That's the way I sort of keep things. I certainly have a box which has bags of generics in it, just from different sets, so I can just go grab a set of generics as I need to. So I tend to like playing those kinds of teams. So it might be the Ultimatum Soldiers. I'm going to use them tonight. Probably not for a while. I have used them just lately, but and it just makes the access rather than having to go through the box and try to find. I was searching for Thing robots the other day and having to go through the box and just try to pull them all out. So if I can just have it in a bag, it makes that easier. And for myself, I think the other one I just keep separate to everything else is my Hydra stuff. I like playing Hydra teams, and so I have all my Hydra pieces, which are mostly generics as well, together, so I can just quickly grab my Hydra team when I need to and go, hey, Hydra. Next question, which is, which heroclix in your collection do you like to display, and where are they displayed? So, I'm going to jump in here and go, I think Raph's got his like Black Widow next to his bed. That's what I'm assuming. So each night. So,
Yeah, now it's Dark Phoenix.
yeah. Six. So dead. Yes. Okay, so Galactus, which makes sense. It's a beautiful statue to have out. Chris, what about yourself? How you got any out on display?
Yeah, so as soon as you walk in my front door, I have a glass cabinet, and I believe it is Jay Peterson. Does he build those HeroClix trays?
Yes.
I think he does. Yes.
Jeremiah Peterson.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. Uh, so I have 3 shelves. First shelf, I believe, is DC. Second shelf is. Hello?
Yeah, go. Yep.
Oh, you're still there. Sorry.
Yeah, we're still here. Sorry, we're listening. I'm intrigued.
Yep. Second shelf is Marvel, and then third shelf is Marvel Zombies. So I got a tray, and then just mostly chases on each level, just showing them like that is pretty much how I do it. So glass display case.
Beautiful. And as soon as you walk in the door, done.
Yep.
To come to your place one day when things settle down.
Yep. I have a wife that lets me display stuff, which is nice. So.
Yeah. Well, I have a wife who's more than happy she'd let me display in the house, but I am fortunate enough to have a large shed, and I've made shelves in there, so I have lots of pieces out on display. And one thing I found over the years, and I thank Brendan for this, is he introduced me to the little display cases they have that they sell at Daiso. They're like $4 or something like that, and I can fit like 4 or 5 heroclix in them, and they've got a nice little plastic cover over them, so they don't get dusty and things like that. And so I try to set things up into little groups. So like I have a Wolverine collection, I've got an authority collection, I've got a um, just different pieces, like Superman's that might be like Superman Prime, and the Superman from Elseworlds, the Darkest Night one together in one. I've got Orange Lantern, all my Orange Lantern pieces out on display as well, because I'm just a big fan of the Orange Lantern. And yeah, so I have lots of little displays in my shed which just sort of go together to add to the overall look of heroclix everywhere. And that's why my wife's she'd be nice enough to let me have them inside. I think she's quite happy that they're out in the shed where she doesn't have to look at them every day.
Talking about a shed, that's where I'm moving my full collection out, except for the ones on display. So,
yep,
yay!
yeah, it's and I'd probably like to have my shed a bit more sealed than it is, but it gives me a good place to play. I guess it's my little, it's my man cave I can go out to.
Yep.
Sometimes I feel it's not man cave, more like a little boy cave, because it's got comic books and heroclix and everything like that, but it's my place to go and get away from everything. So that's I do like to have some out display, and I don't change them around very often, but I like to be able to have a look at those pieces and go, oh yeah, that's a really nice piece. I've got like all the Captain America chases in one container, so I can just they all look good together. And so last question for tonight, we'll move on to: how often do you go through your collection to clean up, get rid of unwanted heroclix? I don't have any unwanted heroclix, they're all wanted for me. But what about you guys? Do you guys get rid of stuff if you don't need it? What's the go?
For myself, I usually go once every month or 2 months. I'll try to organize everything again. Make sure I have all the pieces in the sets that I have. So if one might be missing, it might be in my extras bag or my extras box, just to make sure that they're all there. And then that way I can put on to HC Realms what I have for trade and what I'm looking for and stuff like that. That's I'd say once every month at least is what I try to go through.
Nice. What about you, Raph? Do you get rid of stuff?
Nice. Yep.
Okay, so when stuff rotates, it's time to get it out and get out with the old, in with the new a little bit. Yeah, and I am a person that just hangs on to my heroclix. I find it very hard to get rid of, and obviously, when I have lots of commons and uncommons, that sort of goes to the kids and they can take that, and I'm not too phased. But yeah, certainly, I still just hang on to my pieces just because mainly I enjoy playing them. And then when rotation comes, I go, I haven't actually played that one before, but I'll play it one day, which hopefully one day I will play it. I guess that's the way I think. So I just hang on to all my heroclix because I'm a hoarder.
Yeah.
Yep. No, cool. So I think we learnt a lot about each other and what we actually, how we actually look after our clicks and our collections. I let, yeah. Well,
Yeah, it was good questions.
yeah. So thank you,
So
Malcolm.
thank you for sending them.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. Thank you for sending in questions, Malcolm. And yeah, we'll look forward to. If I know Malcolm, he'll more than likely send us some more in the future. So thank you very much for those. And yeah, is there anything else you guys want? Happy to finish off for tonight.
Yep.
Okay, so
I want to say thank you for Bobby showing up yet again, because that is always awesome. I try.
He has been quite.
Yes, he is.
We do look. I do look forward to getting him back on as well. I've just got to get the timing right. But I know I've really appreciated being able to catch up with you guys each week over these last few weeks. So it's been really good. Any last words from you boys? Anything you got, Raph? You want to say? Yeah, I just think we just need to keep sharing about what we're doing here and how we're playing. I think that's my goal. Chris, anything you'd like to say before we take off?
Nope. I think I'm good.
Yeah, so let's finish this thing off. So as we bring another episode to a close and we turn off the Barbie, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and hope that you remember to give us a listen next week. Thanks for listening and enjoy your day.
Thank you. Keep your sticks on the ice.